Welcome, everyone, to the house that Rodney built, Notre Dame Stadium, underneath the watchful eye of Touchdown Jesus, the home of the Fighting Irish. And boy, do we have a fun one ahead. Top 10 team, target on their back, going on their road and right into the snake pit. As we'll see the number 5 team in the country, the South Carolina Gamecocks, taking on a team from the Big Ten, the Notre Dame Fighting Irish. Glad to have you with us for EA Sports College Football. I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack and Jesse Palmer with me in the booth. Guys, we are ready to tee it up. Notre Dame lining up to kick off and get this one started. Coming out with it, it's Bennett. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end.
At the 13.
Work out as he stopped at the 13. This crowd bringing an ear-splitting welcome to their visitors. From the gun to give, looking for room. Sweet cut there. People like to say conference affiliation doesn't matter. But you get the SEC against the Big Ten, and there's no denying there's a little extra juice in the building.
Definitely extra juice. The best 2 conferences, the biggest conferences, Palmer. Everybody talks about these being the power brokers and deciding the future of college football. So, yes, it matters.
A lot of blue bloods in both conferences, David. You're right. I think it's something players are also very aware of, too, is having that conference pride, wanting to win this game, representing the rest of the teams in their conference.
The give to the tailback. Get him on the ground after a 4-yard run out to the 31. Really important for a ranked team going into a hostile environment like this one, not to give the underdog reason to believe.
Yes, reason to believe, and don't give the fans reason to get jacked up and excited. Come out early, be in a business mode mindset.
You got to start fast. You got to have a sense of urgency. You cannot come sleepwalking into an environment like this, because if you do and you make some mistakes, this crowd will pounce on you.
Continues to fight for yards. And he was loose and not stopped until he gets to the 47-yard line.
Man, this tight end, he is like a receiver once he has the ball, isn't he? He's so elusive. He can make people miss. He's got some wiggle, and he's got some speed. This defense, they have their hands full trying to bring this guy down.
He's going to pass. Just a short pass to the tight end. That's about as close as you can get to that marker, and it will be second and just a few breaths away from the first down.
Well, it's a nice job by the tight end there. He's patient, fights his way through all the traffic in the middle of the field, running that drag route, making it an easy completion for the quarterback.
Give to the fullback. Brought to the ground, but not before getting enough for the first down.
Those fullbacks are grown men. Those guys are constantly hitting linebackers and blocking the whole entire game. So when you get a chance to give the big boy the ball, it's always, and you know what it is? It's a morale boost for everybody on the whole field. Everybody gets jacked up that he finally gets to touch the football.
The give to the left. Nifty little dance step. Squeezes out a couple of yards down to the 32.
and those physical runs take a toll. It might not be a big game now, but down the road, third, fourth quarter, late in the ball games, they tend to turn into bigger runs.
This crowd, full throat, spreading the eardrums and letting them know it's going to be a long day. Looking to throw, it's Sellers. Moves around to clear up the vision. And he just chucks it into the fourth row.
And how nice is it to have the home crowd going absolutely bananas? Communication is harder, but they're snapping the football, everybody being on time. Man, this crowd really affecting the football.
They'll throw it to the back on the screen. Finds a crease at the 20. Goes out of bounds just short of the goal line, and they'll be set up and in great position here. Fans are bringing the noise on 1st and goal. The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. The Gamecocks trying to pay off the threat on 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. He works his way ever closer all the way down to the 1-yard line.
Yeah, and I tell you what, I love the run game down here. I love being able to give it to a back and be able to trust him. Listen, he didn't have any touchdowns on the season, so I know he's wanting to punch one in. And down here, giving me the opportunity. Let me prove myself, so I love the big fella getting the football.
Sticks it in his belly. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, South Carolina. Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point is good, and it's 7-0. They put it in the end zone with a 12-play scoring drive. And they capped it off with a 1-yard plunge. Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. No return coming. He'll call for the fair catch. Here comes the offense on 1st down. To the ground with the back. Got room at the 35. Oh, look out. There he goes. He's at the 20. And he takes it all the way. They couldn't stop him. Touchdown, Irish!
This coaching staff was trying to identify playmakers on offense early this year. How about the start of the season this guy has had? Scored in their first game. He scored early in this one. Defenses up to this point don't have any answers for this guy.
Getting set for the point after. Right down the boulevard. That kind of drive will boost your confidence. One play, hit the big pass, put a touchdown on the board. All tied up and just about set to kick it away. He wisely lets that one bounce through the back of the end zone, and they'll take over at the 25. South Carolina ready to go on the attack in another offensive odyssey. Jesse looking to take it down the field for back-to-back touchdowns.
I think it's really important for them moving forward, too, to have a lot of balance, right? You want to be able to keep this defense guessing, Colin.
Yeah, and you got me searching for answers after that last drive. You stack another drive on top of this, their defense's heads are going to be spinning all over the place.
After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. Looking for a man, it's Sellers. Quarterback doing what he does best. He can move. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. And it is a chunk play, a huge gain on that one before the defense brings it to an end.
That's what's so scary about this offense. They've got guys in the perimeter that can change the game in one single play, and you saw it right there. Too much speed on the perimeter to create that explosive play.
And a decent gain there before the defense makes the stop. He wants to throw here on second down. Moving out of the pocket. Got his man on the right. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down. And the Gamecocks want to crank the tempo.
Nice job by the receiver on the back end there, too. He sees his quarterback on the run moving, and he just works to get himself open to give his guy a place to throw the football. They're able to connect, and they keep the drive going.
First down here for the offense. They're going to ride this running back. And they corral him at the 2-yard line. Second down here as they go back to work after the break. They move the tight end all over. They'll power it inside with the fullback. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
Well, they're trying to hand it off to the fullback for a quick hitter, but just nowhere to go. The defensive line, great job getting penetration to set up that play.
Tight quarters deep in the red zone, but they can't pick up a first down without scoring. Third down. They'll try to power their way ahead. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. Fourth down, and this crowd is making it miserable on this offense. They'll immediately call timeout.
Timeout, South Carolina.
Fourth down and 4 yards to go. The offense will try to get it. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Unloaded just as he throws. It's incomplete, and they stop him on fourth down.
Well, great defense on that one. They were ready for pass, and they forced the incompletion. They're coming off the field. That's a big win for this defense.
Running to the left. Strong run and useful. Picks up 4 out to the 9.
Nice run there on first down. You know, this is a running back that gets better as the game goes on. So they're going to want to make sure they keep feeding him the football, let him get lathered up.
On the run, it's Love. Drives into the pile just to pick up a 1. They'll spot it at the 10.
You know, runs like this oftentimes are like a boxer in a boxing match. Obviously, it's not a knockout punch, but these are body blows. And as the game goes on, these small gains are going to turn into longer runs.
And the defense able to drag him down, but not before. They'll recycle that down marker. Notre Dame ready to go with another first down. Touch pass on the jet sweep. He'll be stopped at the 27, but picks up 10 on that one. Notre Dame lines up quickly. Give to the running back. Found that space and picked up 6 out to the 33.
Yeah, this coaching staff, they're getting this offensive line lathered up and into a rhythm. Now they're letting them drive off the ball on first down on these running plays, and they're getting chunks of yardage.
Looking to pass, it's Carr. A little release to the back. Powers through the defender. And the completion gives him a fresh set of downs and keeps this drive moving.
I just love quarterbacks that aren't greedy and that aren't always trying to throw the home run ball, right? Second down, you're in your own end of the field. The guy you want to throw to is not open. Just find the back. He'll go do something positive with it. This guy is a weapon, and you got to find him in the passing game.
We'll give him a couple on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up.
And these little touch passes, man, they're just the easiest completions ever for quarterbacks. Palmer, I bet you would have loved being able to just flip it forward. That counts as to your completion percentage, which is good. And then it's all run after the catch, so pretty easy for a QB.
You wouldn't have been the only All-American in this booth, David, if I were allowed to have push passes when I was playing quarterback. I'll tell you that. It is so hard to defend. It's so hard to seal that edge, especially when this guy's full speed ahead running around the inside.
First down here with time for maybe one more play until the 2-minute warning. Extending the play. Quarterback tried to scramble around for a while, but the defense able to bring him down. That's the last thing you want as an offense, a negative play, a sack on first down. On second down, he'll let it fly. And he's got it inside the 20. And he slipped through the crowd, and he'll house it. Touchdown, Fighting Irish.
And I just love the execution by this offense. Late in the half, man, you want to take the lead. You want to get that momentum on your side, and they do it. They finish it with the passing game. I'll tell you what, keep that passing game up, and keep this lead, keep the momentum, and keep putting up numbers.
And they thought about a return, then thought better of it. They'll bring it out to the 25. And the South Carolina offense is back on the field. On that last drive, 4th and goal didn't exactly work out. They really need to pay it off this time, Jesse.
And they were so anxious and eager to get back on the field. They know they left points on the board. They let that one get away from them. They look like they are pumped up and ready to go here today.
And listen, it was a good drive, so you got to remember that. But they got to realize, I got to get points. When I get in those areas, I got to capitalize. And they wanted a touchdown last time. This drive, they can go make it happen.
Trying to make magic with his feet. He's run out of bounds, but he's got enough to move the sticks.
It's so nice to be an offense on second down in short yardage situations. Why? I can take shots. If I want to, I can just act like I'm going to run and try to get the first down, take a deep shot down the field. I can run the football. The whole playbook is open to my disposal.
Wants to throw on first down. Skips away from pressure. Now he'll throw back into the middle. Oh, and it's picked off. Threw it right into the teeth of double coverage. Bringing it back. He's at the 10. And they capitalized not only on the pick, but on the great return to improve this field position. And they were most fortunate to catch up to him there. He almost turned that into a pick six.
Man, and he had a convoy, too. As soon as he had the ball, he just looked around him. There was just a lot of...
And he takes it to the house. Touchdown, Notre Dame!
And after starting the season 0-1, this offense felt like they just left plays on the field in that first game. But so far today, they're taking advantage. QB's making good decisions. Guys are stepping up. They've limited the mental mistakes. They haven't turned the football over. It's a different-looking offense here in Game 2.
And the extra point puts them on top 21-7. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Guys, let's take a look at what's happening in a great top 25 matchup. Stanford is just getting tuned up today. This is like watching an MMA fight where you start to question your own morals. Who sanctioned this bout? They're trailing by 14 to Penn State. We'll circle back if anything changes in this exciting college football matchup.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. South Carolina ready to go on the attack in another offensive odyssey. Getting late here in the first half, they'll have a chance to make this a one-possession game.
And the offensive play caller here has to really be dialed in. It's important, down 2 possessions, Dave, that they're able to score some points, and you got to call your best stuff in this 2-minute situation.
And such a good opportunity to cut into a one-score game, create that momentum, get some good juices going for the second half, because obviously, you know, you built yourself a little bit of a deficit. You need some good things to happen, and it needs to happen on this possession.
Dropping back, it's Sellers. Trying to get to it. He'll try to do it himself. And that defense doesn't allow a cutback, and they get him out of bounds after a short gain. They'll line up for a second down play. They'll move the running back to try to force the defense to adjust. Pocket starts to collapse. And he was winding his way all over the backfield, staying alive, and finally he goes down. Decibels rising as the crowd gets behind this defense on third down. The sweet feet keeping the play alive. At the 35, he's loose. A timeout is called as this offense tries to find a way to get more points on the board before the half.
Nice job. Nice way to end that play for the QB. He does a really good job scrambling, getting the first down, and getting down. Because defensively, I'm trying to get a lick. Anytime I can hit the quarterback, that is a win.
They'll throw it on first down. Looking to scramble. He's loose. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down.
You can tell this is a pass play. He has his eyes down the field. He's looking to throw the football. But how nice is it when you got a guy like this that can scramble and go get you a first down? Just really hard to stop from a defensive perspective.
Comes out throwing on first down. Quarterback now breaking the field. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be second down.
Nice job by the quarterback trying to buy time and scrambling to the right, but it was the hit that forced that incompletion.
And here on second down, they'll send out the field goal unit to try to get 3 before the break. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half, maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. They're happy enough to try to take the points as the field goal unit heads out. And the kicker delivers the 3 ball to finish off the drive.
I know they're trailing going into the locker room here at halftime, but kicking that field goal gives them a little bit of a jolt, a little bit of a boost of momentum that they can carry with them into the second half. And there's a lot of football left to go here. I can't wait to see what happens.
Fielded in the end zone, it's Williams. They make the stop on the return, and that is priority 1. You don't want some big return to give up a cheap touchdown on the final play of the half. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update. The Gamecocks will boot it away to start the second half. Fair catch called for and made. Notre Dame has the ball and ready to get moving. If it's working, why change it? And that running game was working in the first half. I imagine we'll see a lot more of it here in the third quarter.
And you just know the offensive line was telling their coordinator, put this on us. Let us continue to go out there, push these guys around. We can put this game on our back and end this thing by running the ball.
And this is a manhood question for this defense. Like, as a defensive lineman, and you're pounding the rock, like, I got to physically rise to this challenge. This defense has to play more inspired and more physical in the second half.
Tackled there by the defense. Notre Dame right back to the line. They'll stick to the ground looking for the marker. He gets it oh so close to the first down marker, but I think he's going to be a touch short.
Well, the defense got the stop there on 3rd and 1. Let's see if they can do it again here on 4th and inches, Dave.
I just got to find a way to fall forward, be physical. This all week, you know you're going for it on 4th down.
So he took a chance by using a timeout on the challenge, and it comes back to bite him. We'll see if he needs that timeout later. They're in their own territory, but they are undeterred. 4th and inches, and they'll go for it. Off the RPO, throw to the right, looking for the first. He's run out of bounds, but not before. Turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a first down. This offense is like running a perfection drill in practice against air. Chunk play after chunk play, and here they come again. Touch pass on the jet sweep. Across the 25. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense. The Irish trying to strike gold in this red zone trip. They'll try the run. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
Well, they're trying to get that run play going to the outside, but it's the defensive end who does a great job winning his one-on-one and forcing the negative play.
His drive facing a little adversity on 2nd and 11. Looking downfield, it's Carr. Fires into the end zone. And he's got it! Touchdown, Irish!
I know this offense had some question marks coming into the year with respect to who would be catching touchdowns in the offense. I think they may have found their guy. This guy had a TD in their first game. He has another one here. Right now, he's been a matchup problem for opposing defenses.
About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. Oh, he's going to take a chance and bring it out. And the South Carolina offense is back on the field. They're going to have to be more aggressive in this drive. You can't expect to win this one, David, kicking field goals.
No, especially when you're trailing. You got to have a little more urgency and maybe a little more aggressiveness, Jesse. And field goals are not going to get it done down the stretch.
Yeah, you're going to have to take some shots, no doubt. Bottom line, when plays present themselves, you just simply got to make it.
Yeah, that was a good play on the ball, getting his hand up, and getting the tip, getting the deflection. Ball bounces up in the air, falls to the ground, incomplete pass.
They've got the screen set up. And he never had a chance. As soon as he caught it, the defense was right there.
Well, they're trying to set up the screen pass to the running back, just nowhere to go after he caught the football. The defense completely swarmed around him, and that's a loss.
Defense dropping into soft coverage. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. And down he goes back at the 3.
Well, this defense has been dominating their opponent all game long, and I think you're really seeing the fruits of their labor on the recruiting trail. They have got some dudes up front, out of high school, in the portal, and those guys are just wreaking havoc on this offensive line.
They might need a telescope to find the first down marker, but they'll go for it on 4th down. Motion by the back forces the defense to adjust. Quarterback extends the play. He's loose at the 15. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down. And the Gamecocks come to the line with a new set of downs. They'll throw it on 1st down. They're bringing heat. And the pass rush is effective, and they tackle him at the 19. The Gamecocks want to pick up the tempo. Wants to throw. It's Sellers. Unloads it left. Wide open downfield. Strikes the blow. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down. And the Gamecocks are moving quickly down the field. Pre-snap motion, quarterback trying to get a read. Fires to the wideout. Complete downfield. He's run out of bounds, but not before. Turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a first down. Looking to move it through the air. They're trying to get to it. And this looks disastrous. Oh, down he goes. A huge loss on that play. After the big first down sack for the D, it's second down. He's looking to throw. Getting some heat. Trying to escape and get it himself. Good, solid tackle.
I just love this guy's instincts, right? When things aren't open right away, he never panics. He just understands the situation where he is on the field, and he's so confident in his own natural ability that he has the ability to run, go get the first down, keep this drive rolling.
And he's a real nowhere man tackled in this no-gain land. On fourth down, looking to pass. Throws to the wideout. And the ball is picked off. Not much on that return, but I think they'll let him slide after making that pick, and they'll have it at the 20.
What a nice catch by the defensive back. Listen, a lot of times you see DBs get in position to make plays, but there's a reason they play DB and not wide receiver. Great job finishing the interception, catching the ball, making a big play.
At the 35, he's open. They get him on the ground, and that'll be the final play of this third period.
That's the end of the third quarter of play. With the score, Notre Dame 28, South Carolina 10.
First down to start the drive after the break. They're getting this guy lathered up. One-step wrap, two-step squeeze. This junior knows how to get him on the ground. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Now they'll try the right side. Turns it on in midfield. He's off to the races. Just what they were looking for. A huge explosive play, and they're inside the 15 at the 13-yard line.
Every time he touches the ball, you can feel the excitement from this home crowd because Palmer, he can go the distance with that game-breaking speed.
You're right, David. He's a special talent. I'll tell you, these fans, they come here to see this guy play because he has game-breaking speed. Stuff you can't coach. You saw it on that play.
The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. First down here for the offense. Quick pass on the jet motion. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a first down.
Well, in that down and distance, you're probably expecting them to throw it way down the field to get the first. Instead, they go push pass, and they did catch the defense off guard. And even though that was a big explosive play, David, they still didn't have enough yards to get it.
Well, and catch me off guard is relative. That's what you would say, the offensive player. I would say, listen.
And the pass rush is effective, and they tackle him at the 19.
And the defense needed that one badly. They're losing in this game. They just gave up a big play, so they finally get the sack, but you feel like they're going to need more than that. They're going to need some turnovers to get back in this game.
Running back goes in motion. On 3rd and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. That pass not close as he got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up 4th down. And they'll send out the kicker to try a field goal. The kicker will reach for a 36-yard attempt. Field goal is good. And that will extend their lead even further. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
All right, guys, a little update on what else is happening in college football this weekend. Oregon has opened up a can right now, and based on what we've seen, I'm not sure anything is going to change. They're up by 17 over Hawaii. Your boy KC has you covered here in studio, guys, in case anything changes in this one.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. The back goes in motion. They'll start this drive with a pass. Flushed out of the pocket. He'll pull it down and run. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. Back to pass, it's Sellers. Unloads to the wideout. And he throws his 3rd pick of the day. His head has to be spinning. And they capitalize not only on the pick, but the great return to give the offense tremendous field position.
And as a defensive lineman late in the game, man, when you know it's pass, you're pinning your ears back, trying to get to the quarterback, and DBs are trying to do this. Pad them stats, get the INT. Nice job by this defense.
The handoff, keep working on that clock. It'll be second down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. On second down, he'll let it fly. Touchdown, Fighting Irish! And the stomping has commenced.
It's another good decision by the quarterback. You've got to be impressed here. On that one, he finds his tight end, but all game long, whether it's receivers or running backs or tight ends, wherever the best one-on-one matchup has been, he's been able to take advantage of it, and that's why they've been able to score so many points.
Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. Bounces through the end zone. It's a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. South Carolina ready to go on the attack in another offensive odyssey. One of the most valuable things a quarterback can have, David, short-term memory. Just forget that last pick.
You're dang right. Clear the mechanism. It's over, move it behind you. Some players can't do that real well, and it leads to more mistakes, Jesse. You got to just forget about it and move on.
And I think the coaching staff can help him too, David. I think you can get the running game going here and also give him some easy throws.
It's a fumble. The defense snatches it, and they're going the other way.
And, man, I love my quarterbacks that want. Make those big plays and scramble around and get away from people, but you got to tuck that football away. When you're going to run through arm tackles and people are around you diving, make sure you got that thing locked up. He did, and defense took advantage of it.
Power football with the run. You'll take this every time. 5 yards on the first down play.
It's going to be important this offensive line is able to get a little bit of push. Just got to give this guy an inch, a little crease, and he can make yards for it.
Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. Let's see what they've got on second down. Leaves it with the back. They work that running game down to the 34. Let's give him 3 on the carry. Third and short, coming from the 34. You wonder if this is 4-down territory. To the ground to try to pick up the first. And he's knocked down, but not before moving the chains.
And that's all you want, right? You want that first down. Understand the situation. Understand I got to get north and south, get a first down, get a new set of downs.
First down here with time for maybe one more play until the 2-minute warning. We've reached the 2-minute warning, and this offense will be quite content just to drain the rest of the time away. Notre Dame coming to the line with another first down. They'll leave it with the lone back. Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry.
You see all this movement in football now, all the stemming, the defensive line, they're sliding right before the snap, creating confusion for the offensive line. Then they're moving back and stunting. Really good job by the defense. Continue to move, continue to stunt, continue to get in the backfield and make this life hard on this running back.
Looking to throw on second down. Fires on the move. Complete to the right. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
It's really hard when you get those predictable situations. Defenses are sitting on the sticks. Receivers have to understand where that first down marker is. Heads up play, nose for the first down marker. Get in there and get it.
Wide out in motion.
Yankee blue! Yankee blue! Yep. Get in the end zone, fellas!
Quarterback will audible.
Belly stutter!
He's looking to throw it. Pressure coming. Still looking, on the move. Got his man. And they're going to put another one into the end zone as they just keep piling points on the scoreboard.
And how about this offense? Another scoring drive. Great job. They seem to be in a much better rhythm than they were a week ago. They're 0-1. Lost week 1. They could have gotten down on themselves. I like the way they bounced back. Now they're going to be 1-1 with this performance.
The AT unit on the field. And with the extra point, they pushed the lead out a little further. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. And they closed the deal with a 16-yard throw for the touchdown. The kickoff unit about to go to work. He'll bring it out. It's Bennett. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18.
Offense will take over. First and 10.
And the South Carolina offense is back on the field. This offense needs something to feel good about. It hasn't been very productive today, Jesse.
Well, I think it's just important they stay aggressive, try to throw the football, and just see what this quarterback...
And the defense makes a play, sacking him back at the 10. Sprinting to the line to try to get this one off. Clock's running. A little pre-snap eye candy for the defense. Quarterback strolling away from Heat. Had to get rid of it quickly. That pass is incomplete, and they might be fortunate it wasn't knocked free for a fumble. It'll be 3rd down. I'm not positive, but that 1st down marker might be in the next county. On 3rd and long, doesn't need to take the check down. Intercepted. And the offense makes the tackle in frustration after the interception. Drive comes up empty, and it's a turnover.
The number 1 objective for a defense is to make the offense one-dimensional. Well, when they're trailing by this much, late in the game, they're one-dimensional. They have to pass the football. We can bring more speed on the field. You see it. We know you're throwing the football. Nice break on the football. Nice interception. This one's almost over.
Running out the clock, a mere formality between them and a victory as we have victory formation coming. The defense still has a couple of timeouts at its disposal, but down a couple of possessions, the offense will take a knee. When you know you have a team outclassed, the ability to play to that standard and finish with a blowout like this is really impressive.
And it's almost like playing against yourself, right? You know you're better. You know you're going to win the football game, but how do I continue to still execute? This was so easy. Great execution. Just beat down in every facet.
I think as a player, you just love being in such great rhythm, and we saw that right from the get-go in this game. Offense just able to matriculate the ball down the field. Defense was not giving anything up. What a great game plan coming in, and this was just total domination.
That's going to do it for us from here. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, I'm Reese Davis, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.